Good morning. Hi. Salutations, greetings. I was just hanging out with Adrian and Elise, man. Oh boy, Beanie. I needed to. You guys would have got a sloppy mess otherwise. A big old sniveling, whiny, freaking slop. I don't got no faith. I don't got no faith today. Just mess. Come on, Bendel. He said, yeah, Marge, you needed to get it together, Marge. You got it together, Marge. Come on, Beanie. He said, come here, say hi. You're not in the mood? Come on. Oh, you want to say hi? You shaking it off? That's how dogs shift their energy. That's how they shake it off. They shake their head. Well, when their ears don't hurt. But every time they like wake up, they shake or they stand up, they're clearing their energy field. You got to be careful, like if you have little kids and dogs aren't used to being around them, and they're like, they're around the kid and they just like start shaking it off. They're uncomfortable. You need to separate them and let them let the high vibrational being, animals are just so receptive. They're human tuning forks, and we all are. We just usually shroud and bury our abilities under other people's predispositions on who and what we're supposed to be in their mind. Causes a lot of cognitive dissonance. Come on, Buddy Tuck. Come here, Bubba. Come here, say hi. Tuck's awake. You would just. What are you doing? Saying hi? We had a rough landing this morning, huh? Yeah. Anybody knows where I can get these dogs to have it documented that they're my service dogs? Let me know, because my veterinarian, the rescue that they came from, and what was the other entity? Oh, my PA, my physician at the VA system. None of them know where I can do it, so they can't help me. So I'm at a loss. That's what I felt like this morning at first. I felt like I was at a loss. I was just like, last night I sent some emails late because I found some places on Craigslist, and so I saw them last night, so I addressed them, and one of them, it was cool. I got a response back already. It was like, oh, sorry, can't get the person out of it, and I'm just like, okay. It's all divine, man. It's all divine. So I was out in the backyard this morning. That's the thing. That's the point that I'm at in my life, is why do people have to make people go through hoops? Mm-hmm. And when I was grounding, I was under the trees and I was giving it to the Lord, and I'm going to take this opportunity, because I haven't done it yet, to invite God into the room, into the chat. He's already in my room, but I just want to invite him in and let everyone in the chat know that he's here. And I had to borrow Violet Moon's faith this morning because I didn't have mine. I always got a mustard seed size down there somewhere, but it's just sometimes it gets real small and real depleted. And sometimes it gets real hard to stay in the present moment. And then I listen to Adrian Elise, and she's like, she's talking to our frequency. She's talking to everybody that's like me, that I can relate to. And she talks about supernovas. I remember that song, Champagne Supernova. Anything with novas. We had a nova when I was a young girl, and in the school that I went to in the 9th grade, it was its own entity, was Nova High School. So, anyway, I was grounded under the trees, and the cat was out there, and had my feet in the dirt, and I was just like, take it, Gaia, take it, Mother Earth, take it, I can't take it, I don't know what to do with it. All of this. This is my trademark. This is my tag. That's in concrete all over the place. All over, everywhere I've ever seen wet concrete, I put that in. See, because this is what has always been what love was to me. And it kind of looks like a heart from a distance. It means, damn it, I don't know. I always had all this energy. I was always up here and I didn't know why. And then until I got electrocuted. Then I started, watching science stuff, They had a lot more shows that helped people expand their mind in different ways. The Great Space Coaster. You know, it just like, and then things got out of hand. People got an idea of that there should be one general order of things, and that creates so much chaos because spirits are free, man. Spirits live free. So I came up with this when I was a 9-year-old girl, and now I have it on a hat. That's how you manifest things. You dream things. Never came in line with that LGBTQ. I just always looked at stuff like that as more segregation. It don't matter what I am, you know. Luna wants out. I gotta dress this. I'll be right back. Luna needs out. I gotta let Luna out. And you know how she gets. She gets pissy in her bits when she doesn't get her sugar little ditty. You can go see Retta. Well, that was less than graceful. Good girl. Good girl, sugar hips. Good girl. Go get the cat. Cat, go get in the window. You good, Mom? Tegan and Sarah is on right now. Tegan and Sarah. And the lyric in my ear just said, looks that way. And I walked out to check on Mom. I think she's in the restroom. And Branch on Longmire's just said, it looks that way. Like almost, it was a little bit off, but I'm just like, that's the stuff that happens to remind me, Marge, you're always right where you're supposed to be. And yes, Carl, wherever you are, there, or wherever you go, there you are. For sure. For sure. I've been painfully aware of that my whole entire life. I've always lived in the present moment. I refer to possibilities of the future and in inklings of the past for reference as like, okay, Marge, this is how you felt when this happened, and this was the outcome. Do you want to feel that way again? Come on, you guys, settle down. It's okay, kinda. We still got a bed today. We just got today, yo. So, I was going down a memory lane because, I think about all the stuff I've just been through, that I've gone through in my life. Stuff I tell people this stuff, and they just look at me blankly. Like they're not receiving the data, like they can't comprehend because they don't know what they would do in that situation. I was thinking about the night Mom had her stroke. I was 15 years old. She was 38 years old. And we were having problems, so I was staying at a friend's. And I had a gut feeling that I needed to go home, so I went home, and the whole house was dark, and it was like 8:30 at night. It was like, no, it was later than that. It was like probably 10 o'clock at night. And it was all dark. And she was in bed. And she doesn't like going to the doctor and stuff like that. As soon as I walked in, I said, Mom, I'm here. And she's like, good, call an ambulance. So I called an ambulance. They put her on oxygen. It was about 12-minute, 14-minute drive from Shasta Lake to Reading Medical Center. It's not real long. It was, it was late at night. There's no traffic and stuff. And it's just, it's always been just me and Mom. My brother was at a friend's house, and he was staying that night. He was never around much because by this time he was social, so everybody he just crashed at his friend's house until he graduated. Because I don't blame the guy, but that was his choice. So it was about 2:30 in the morning. Is when the doctor came in and he said, if there's somebody that you need to call them now. It looks like she's having an aneurysm and she's probably not going to make it. And it's like, I just processed because I'm like, well, I have nobody to call. Because my brother was staying at a friend's house and I tried to get a hold of his buddy where he was, but it was off the hook. And I waited till about 5:30 and called his other friend because I knew his other friend's dad would be up because his dad was a garbage man. So I knew he got up early. And So I waited because I didn't want to get yelled at for waking anybody up. So I waited, and then he got a hold of my brother. And then when my brother came down to the hospital, he just yelled at Mom because the house was massive. And it just, just go. He's still like that more because he's got so much more years of practice. So I'm processing this, okay? I got a point to this. I'm in the emotion of the time, but I'm gonna come out in it in the present moment. If you just give me a minute, if you just bear with me. So, because every time that things like this happen, I always knew God was with me. I never ever felt alone when things like this happen. It was always through the strength of God. I was 15 years old. I look at 15-year-olds now. And I'm just like, people are really ill-equipped. So, she was in the hospital for about a week. And then she came home, and we didn't have rehab and stuff like that. Our rehab was her picking up leaves in the front yard, And it was that night that I knew that she was going to be in my charge, that I was going to be the one taking care of her. And she came out of it. She was, her memory problems haven't happened until the last 6 years. And what was sad is that she knew that it was happening because she started writing everything everywhere. Yeah. So, and it was always just me and her. And I went to the Air Force. I hate the idea of going to the Air Force. I was always one of those that hated authority. I freaking hated it. And the whole idea, I'm not nobody's going to tell me what to do and all that stuff, but it's like, Marge, this is what you got to do to go to college, to get a job, because you're going to have to take care, and you can't do it on like minimum wage. And you want to take better, you got better than that, Marge, so you got to do better. So I did all that. And then I became in her charge, and then it's like I don't even use the stuff that I went through all the effort to. And to go into, my brother wants me to get rid of a couple dogs, people want me to get rid of my dog, and do all this stuff to make me a shape that I don't want to be, to put me in a position that if I have to do these things to be in the position, then I don't want to be in that position, then I don't want it, and that's why so many people are choosing the alternative and they're dropping out of society. And so I got the BC Boys going on right now. No, I don't. That's not the Beastie Boys. The Monsters and Men. That's better. So I did all this. And when I went in the Air Force, Mom kept my little dog, Arthur Boo. He's my reason, man. He's the reason. Mom was my first reason, and then I got him, and then that's where I learned unconditional love. Because I didn't learn unconditional love from Mom. I just practiced it. See, that's the thing. My whole life, people have always said this stuff. They've always said, family first, and nothing but, all this stuff. And then it's just like, I've lived it because Mom's my family, and I tried with my brother, but he's off having his own life. That's cool. I don't got the energy. And it's like, I know what it's like to give up, to sacrifice things. I didn't have Arthur for 2 years. I didn't live in the dorms. I was like 28 years old, and I'm like, it's just all because somebody wouldn't sign up, because somebody wants something, because you get, if they like you, they'll sign a piece of paper that says you can have special liberties and do whatever you want. But I never fell into that category. I never ever did anywhere. And then I think about all these people that, these love and lighters that are just like, oh, just hang on, one more. I'm just like, dude, I barely have today, And Adrian was talking about how, when people right now that are living the best versions of your life, that's the thing. There's a lot of people that are living their best versions of their life, but the thing of it is, time's about to flip. People are seriously about to flip their script. So what goes up must come down, y'all. And there's a lot of people that have been vibing from taking other people's life force energy and just being withholding and sick and twisted and disgusting for far too long. And now the hourglass is about to go choo. So a lot of us real freaking dedicated, grateful people and stuff like that, I'm going to go down and look at trailers today. I'm just going to go see. Like, what are my options? You know? Because that's the thing, is spirits are free. Spirits don't want to be contained, and I have always complied to some bullshit. And then now it's like, how much do I got to spend on application fees for people that don't even get back to me? But you got to apply. And how long does it take? Because I don't have time. And then, I never got the email because tech is glitchy. And then it's you call and it's like, go fill out an application. Your shit don't work. You know, people got to start talking to people and helping people here directly, because technology is not working, folks. And what are people going to do if the power goes down and the grid goes out? What are you going to do then? You know, just drive up the road and freaking find an empty house and then go squat in it. You know? And then if somebody shows up, say, here's $1,200. Can I just stay here? You know, what the fuck are we supposed to do? I mean, really? I'm gonna call a church today. I'm gonna call Bethel Church and be like, hey, you guys are evidently the reason why prices are so high. Maybe there's somebody in your congregation that will freaking open their heart and let me freaking live in one of their places. This is my story. I put on all of my Instagram today, all of my social media. Help me! I'm looking for a fucking place to live. Help me! Let me live there, and don't make me fucking go through hell to get it. And it's not just me. This is not just my insecurity that everybody's feeling this. It is so disgusting to look on places, and it's just like, all you get is restrictions. Everywhere you get is restrictions. I'm like, I don't fall into any category. Any of these. You know? And it's like, of course the system isn't made for people like that, because if there are more people that were in these situations, they would be more sympathetic to the people's needs that are in these. All the people that have been misplaced with fires, that's what's making it really hard. Because the bureaucrats didn't do their job. Now the forestry department, now they're all hiring. Every paycheck, $2,500. Please come work for us so we could, no, you don't get to do. You didn't do your due diligence to begin with. They just did it. They didn't. They didn't do, and it's not getting better, folks. It's not going to get better. It's not. And it's not, because people aren't stepping into their heart. There's scams everywhere, too. People are getting scammed all over the place. And I like to think that I'm savvy enough to recognize when something's bullshit, but some people are so good at making things look real. I get all the time stuff like, your account's been locked out from Netflix, or your account, and all you gotta do is look at who is this email to me? No, it's to like a list of people, and I always get stuff from people, If people want to get your shit, they're gonna get your shit, okay? My social security number was stolen off a laptop from Lackland Air Force Base when I was in basic training in 2000. So yeah, my credit is harmed because of what I've done. Also, but I'm sure there's shit on there that ain't mine. It happened to my brother. He got in freaking. It was like $5,000 deep. Somebody bought a bunch of computer equipment. And it's all for money. And money's not even real. It's all for money and power. Because a lot of times people will fucking ruin your life on a fucking Tuesday just because, they're mad because they haven't seen their penis in 10 years. When I was young and fit, I used to, until I couldn't keep the spoon out of my mouth, so I feel miserable about myself, so I'm just going to go and just make shit for everybody else. Or the chick that, I'll just use one of my own examples. I did the same thing. I got to the point where I became just everybody was the asshole. Everyone was the asshole. Knowing full well that I'm the only one that receives people. So I am reflecting my asshole them. It's all me. It's all me. And then I know that there's balance. I know there's balance. And I could spin myself out just like constantly being online, you know. And I hate typing. The websites, the applications for these are a nightmare to begin with. You know, and it's just like, let me talk to somebody. Because if it's I ain't gonna get through. Because people don't freaking do what they get paid so much to do. And programmers suck. They do. Pam has coffee. You know? So, I was really in gratitude today, though. I woke up and that's the thing, is God is right here with me. I was flooded after I grounded this morning. I'm like, God, it was right there with me. It's just, I know it's gonna be okay. It's always been okay. I've always been divinely protected. My nerves are short out, man. I've been freaking omitting fear my whole life because I've had so much freaking shit, like the worst, like the freaking bad. So I just try not to put bad stuff in my head anymore because I don't want to line up that reality anymore because I've seen it so much when I was a kid. I don't think I make reality happen. I don't think anybody makes reality happen. I just think our spirits know what's coming based on, people do it all the time. How many times you call somebody and they're like, I was just thinking about you. It's because we are literally on the same wavelengths as certain groups of people. Literally. Our thoughts are, because sometimes it's like, I'll be like, I'll get it taste in my mouth or something. And then come to find out later, you talk to so-and-so and they had whatever you were tasting for lunch. It's always stuff like that. We are all connected. And so it's just, it's tiresome to watch the pony show. It's all shit. It makes I can't even, because, even, yeah, DT, it's really cool that, you're doing all this. I think about the cost of the vehicles, what they say, the detail of every aspect of freaking people playing. It's, and it's like, erase my debt so I can, do something so that is actually going to be good for us bottom liners, man. Us down here. I see it because I ain't in the club that all the important people, because I've known a lot of important people in my life because they fucking tell me all the time about all the big old prestigious things that they've done and how important they are. They tell me all the time how important they are. So, but, it always comes down to blood or relation or something. I don't know. Whatever it comes down to, I don't got it. The freaking, the monarchy in the UK is like blatantly freaking a pedophilia freaking nasty family, and then somebody in freaking LA go here, buddy, here's a mansion, just come crash here with your family. It's all bullshit, It's all a pony show, and I just don't really feel wanted anywhere, really. That's what it comes. I'm like, because people, I see people do things, the shit that I've seen people do to help people, man. And what I've been a part of to do things, because I lived in the Midwest, so there's freaking tornadoes and flood. Everybody's stepping up, We with the dog rescue, all the dogs that I got my dogs from was a Beagle Basset Rescue. We do benefits for Super Bingo. They'd have bingo benefits and like soup potluck and stuff like that. They'd make like $7,000 in a night, I'm like, I know it can happen. And I have these ideas. That's the thing, is like, I got all these ideas to freaking make all these things happen for other people, because my 49% is whatever proceeds I ever get. I keep track of every donation I get to the channel. I'll keep 49% for me, because my birthday is April 9th. 51% I will get to help create a freaking, and I got all these ideas for like networks to freaking help, connect, like Craigslist, but evidently Craigslist ain't getting it, because the people that use that just want like it's all money, and we need to go back to heart space, grassroots network connection. I know a guy, so and so's dad just died. They need to, let somebody freaking live in it while they clean out the house. People can just need to learn to freaking live as a community, because I can't do this by myself. I mean, it's starting to get cold. I don't do good in the cold. I don't do good in the cold. And it's just a lot of people just like shorting out, like, because they're like, it's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do, man? What is it? What, God, what? Then just be chill, Marge. Be chill. Oh, I struggle with dichotomy. And then the real estate agents, credit scores. I'm like, well, yeah, I was in the Air Force serving my country, laptop, But you know what? They gave me free monitoring. I can log it, I always get notifications when something's happened to your credit. I'm like, that's great. That's rad. Because what does credit have any fucking thing to do with the person that I am? I mean, come on, man. My credit is shit because I picked family first. Because I took a fucking $67,000 pay cut to hang out with my mom. When everyone around me, my old sponsors, my brother, put her in a home. You don't do that. Family first. Put her in a home. I'm like, what the fucking what? Oh, because they like the systems, and they like the offices, and they like the letterhead, and they like the business cards, and they like all the for-profit organizations, and not for-profit, but let's be real, it's all for-profit. All that stuff that they get to say the words, we care. That's why the freaking whole Democratic Party is like flushing like a big blue shit down the toilet right now, because some just dark people got in positions of power. Because dark begets dark. And it got really dark. And now they're all being shown for who and what they are. And because energy doesn't lie. I know what a fucking pedophile feels like. They have a feeling. I could go into anybody in the store, find the pedos in the store, go up and make them very uncomfortable. Because I know who and what they are. And there's so many people like me. Yeah, I might be wrong every now and again, but you know how many times I'm fucking right? We need more impasse in HR. We need more, big business I'm ready for big business to die. I'm ready for big business and corp, and look at all those shows that aren't starting up and stuff, look at all the money that's not being stuff on that. How come that doesn't go back into the system? I freaking, what, Oregon has got such bad karma, man. Oregon has such bad karma. This state, there's only 4,028,977 people in the whole state. This bitch has been getting billions of dollars in bailouts. And what they've been doing is giving facelifts on all of the government buildings downtown. They're paying off the $80+ million police station that they're finished up. I can't even drive downtown. I get too triggered because it's right across the street where freaking hundreds of people are living in tents. It's like they take all the money and then they use it as power. And then they think they got a big swinging wiener and they freaking slap it in the face of all of the freaking, just the spirits. the people that are trying to live and get by. And for that there will be hell to pay. And it's not going to be by me. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Vengeance is not mine, saith the Marge. I don't get mad, because it's anger that has kept me separated from the Spirit of God, is my anger. Because he's just like, oh, I'm not going to, you're mad. You're not even going to receive what I'm saying. Tell you, calm down, Marjo. Well, I've calmed down, and I've tuned in. Message received there. Gato. Gato. It's like gato, cat, in Espanol. Gato. So it's like they pay themselves to say they care. And then people get sick and tired of trying to say, this is my circumstance, and they're like, we don't care, you don't fall into these brackets and these categories and these algorithms. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was a person. Silly me. Money matters more than people on this planet Earth. Money matters more than people. Money matters more than people. Money, money, money. Because you can't live in their house, because dogs. I'm like, what do fucking dogs do, dude? What do they do? But, they're always snoring, sleeping. I take them outside, we hang out, I pick up their poop. No, kids and people, they really cause harm to shit, but yeah, dogs, they really don't. Oh, evil's everywhere, man. Lucy Fairy won. Lucy's winning. Lucy's winning. Unless God's gonna have to come down and freaking touch somebody's heart and be like, I keep reaching out to everybody, so at this point I'm just like, you can't, the people that I know, if they're, I can understand people I don't see, but when everybody I know, it's like, man, you got like 5,000 friends, man. Really? Nobody? Wow. But everybody's got stuff. I just think, maybe I think I'm too important. Maybe my ego's a little too big. Maybe that's what's repelling me. Who knows? The possibility of everything, man. Maybe this is true. Maybe that's true. None of it's true, because one day I'll freaking be dead and none of this human freaking shit even matters, man. That's the thing, is like, I don't care about dying. I've never cared about dying. I know what's on the other side. See? It's people that are so fearful about what's next, is that they're freaking out right now. Because they ain't living right. There's a lot of people ain't living right now. A lot of people living out. Yeah, I'm alright now. Oh, it's energy ebbs and flows. It comes and goes. I try not to freaking hang on to it. But see, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Thanks for the certificate. But they say it has to say service dog. It can't say emotional support dog. It's just like fucking. And then if I get one to say that I get all this criteria and I go to this person, they're like, okay. And then they don't like brown-haired people or brown-eyed people, so they're like, oh, you almost got it, But they'll say it's something else. It's just all who's in charge and how they feel about that day, and they put all these rules. That's the part that pisses me off. It's just like, just let people live free, man. Let people, relinquish the control, you freaking burro brats. It's not your land. Just let people wander off and fucking take their own parcel and make a life how it was back before the freaking colonists came over and started fucking putting in all these systems and rules and regulations, and that's when all the fucking loose fairy stories and the tunnels and all that shit started coming out. So clearly this bureaucratic way isn't working anymore. It's not. And people aren't self-governing. People aren't governing themselves. They're not controlling themselves. They're not soothing themselves. They're not calming themselves down. They're not telling themselves, no, God is saying don't shoot this person or don't hit this person. They're not living that way. And then so I can understand. I ain't never been suicidal. I ain't suicidal now. I never understood the mind space or the heart of people I have. And then now in the last year, I'm like, I get why they do it. I get why they do it. Because people get to the point where, well, shit, I'm a smart person. I'm educated, and if I can't do this, because I don't trust anybody else to take care of my mother. I've never been given any reason to trust anybody. The nurses, when she had her stroke, I overheard them. There was just a curtain between us. And she says she's probably just another junkie from Central Valley that overdosed on diet pills. I walked out. Mom was screaming. She was having a stroke. She was writhing in pain. I walked out. I said, go get the fucking doctor now! 15 years old. I have always been in my power. My problem is I have relinquished my power to a bunch of little fucking limp dick bitches. Men and women can both be limp dick bitches. I do not discriminate. It's a vibrational frequency of people that like to hinder because they're fucking control freaks. I was so naive when I was a little kid. I was so naive. I always liked girls, and I always knew I was gay, but I didn't like all the girls, you know. And I was very bashful. And I hated myself for many years because I liked girls at all. I freaking tried to do the guy thing. Blah. Blah. Dude, too much fuck. It's like sunflower seeds. Too little reward, or too much effort, not enough reward. So, what I found was, that's just me. And I'm sure in previous incarnations I was a very heterosexual, you know, I was a freaking slutty chick too. So I'm sure I love men and all of their wonderfulness and all that, but it ain't this incarnation. I appreciate dudes. I ain't into it for that at all. I'm hardly a sexual being at all. I'm a spiritual being. That is a very small aspect of me, and it's disgusting to me to see how many people blow that aspect up because they've had it blown up. They've had it blown up. See, people like me, that's why they do things like that to kids, to put twisted things, to break their psychology. The thing is I always went against the broken psychology. That's not good for me. That's harmful because I've always had the presence of God with me. You know why they want to take the essence of a child? I can explain. I got a theory on why they like to sacrifice children and things like that, because they are closer to source. Their spirit is more vibrant. Their essence is deeper and stronger and more passionate. They are the essence of love because they have yet to been stripped away. They think that they're taking God and making themselves gods. They got it twisted. There is one almighty God. Yeah, there's lots of other gods. You know, the astrology, they represent gods of, I could see that. You represent gods of Zeus and, you know, Osiris and all these mythical. And then people, the thing of it is gods existed. You know, and then they took that last breath, and then that last breath wandered out and reincarnated, and then you know, and there's people that take people's last breath because that is all their knowledge, that is their spirit, that is soul, that is their contents of their DNA for all times. And so people are going around doing. I was in the dark crystal, man. It's in the dark crystal. You know, and they've been trying to take the goodness of me my whole life, and it's just like, I'll just go farther and farther away, because and I'll keep my goodness. You know, they can't. I mean, I had an 830 credit score. That's a pretty good credit score. And then I came here. Now it's like a 620, and that's the thing, is every time people inquire, it's a mark on your credit. It's just all bullshit, dude. It's all freaking bullshit. It's all crap. Man. But the truths, man, the truths are being revealed. The truths are coming out. The truths are coming forward. I know God's got this. I just get so fearful sometimes. I'm a fearful being, and I lose my faith. I've lost my faith sometimes. That's why when Adrian and Elise's chat this morning, I'm like, I need to borrow somebody else's. Because I'm having a hard time tapping into mine. And then I did, and then now it's cool. Now I'm alright. But, I'll probably be bawling here in about an hour or so. Mom's good. Mom's good. She's happy. She ate pretty good this morning. So, it's just 1 second at a time, moment in time, God's got the wheel. And grace, see, that's the thing, is my vibration, because of my nerves. I'm always up here. I always have a lot of life force, kundalini energy, and sometimes I have a hard time differentiating that between, like, the emotions of fear. Excitement and fear. I get them, they're very, and sometimes it's all like this. It's all electricity to me. It's all, and everybody, and there's so many people that have created a life for themselves that they're at this baseline. And yeah, they get, family vacations, Thanksgiving, just always control your life, nothing, maybe you'll see a car accident. Oh, that was a bummer. Or, every now and again, a guy in your office has a brain tumor, but it's not you. Bummer, little dips, And then some people are just like down here, just one blow after another, because of our life lessons, our life paths, and their storylines that supposedly we write these, and before we incarnate, so we get what we get, and the choices we make, and so I get what I get. That's what the thing is my brother's like, everybody, he's like, you get what you get. You get what you get. So so he wants me to get, my whole family is 4 dogs, a cat, and my mom's little dog. We don't even count Sassy. Sassy's on her lap. She's like 17 years old. She's, and that's gonna be a freaking, people don't know, that's gonna break Ma. It's gonna break Ma. I'm afraid she's not gonna take it well, because that's her best friend. Yeah, Sass has always been. Animals have always been our best friends over even our own relation. But I made Mom my best friend, and maybe I'm hoping that she'll like want to go out and go on outings, and then we'll start adventures with Ma, and maybe I could get her to do segments and have talks with me, and go on walks, and I could share. I could share her wisdom of what she is passing on to me. In her blessed elderness. God, she's a beautiful woman. I owe it to her. I was not good to her I was not good. I remember in San Francisco or Sacramento, it was at the K Street Mall. This was back in 1988. We had taken the trolley around now, and I was being disrespectful. And rude and insensitive to my mother. And there was a woman on the street. Beautiful black woman, and she said, "Don't you ever speak to your mother that way." She said, "Is that your mom? Is that your mother?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Don't you ever speak to her that way again." And I didn't. Yep. So, not that way. I've been rude and insensitive in other kind of ways, but not that way, so. See? Fuck the processes. Federal law. What is a fucking Fed, dude? I'll sit down with any fucking federal agent and I'll compare my life to that fucking federal agent, and I bet my Trump. That's what my life will trump that. It's that pisses me off. I'm not even gonna get started with the fucking systems, and it's the people that suck dick that have, because they benefit from the systems. They get, look how many people benefit from the systems. So of course you're gonna like the system. The system strokes Whatever you want to do. It gets your pills, it gets all that shit. All that shit to your end, because it's just harder to fucking do it on your own. Because I'm an example of that. Yeah. Systems. How many, give me, somebody start putting in the chat of all the fucking glory stories that they've gotten from the systems and how much the systems have benefited them. You know why? Because they don't fucking exist, because the systems don't exist to help people. They are intentionally created to not help people. And why aren't people getting it? That's why people circumvent them. And then people circumvent them to the point, then the law's like, oh, well, we're not benefiting from sucking their life source. How many people are working 2-3 jobs right now for their kids and their families that they never even get to see? Because of the systems that don't fucking work. Because you can't get a hold of people on the phone. IT interface is shit because the programmers are fucking dumb or ridiculous and nothing works. Or if you do get through to somebody, maybe they'll feel like getting back to you. Oh, you know what an hour of a day of, okay, so a bureaucrat. They come in, oh, now that they all work at home. They all work at home now. Well, the ones all the ones I know, they all work at home. But before, every business, every organization, every hospital, every place I ever worked is like this. How much work are you really getting out of people? I mean, when they come in at 9, get some coffee, go around, say hi to some friends. It's like 9:45, open up the computer, check some email, take a phone call, it's always been like that. Oh, 11:30 to 1 lunch. 2 o'clock, go for a walk. I mean, it's just, people get paid so much to do very little. Look, I get job notifications all the time. Indeed, all kinds of job interface. Look at I got a job notification recently in the last couple days for a bureaucratic, the city, there's like the city of Reading. It's the city of Reading, right? Let's see here. Oh, here's one, full-time help wanted. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find the job. And I'm just like, this is why there's so many homeless people in the street, because I think I deleted it. But go look at your wherever city, state you live, go look at the local place and look at the pay scales. They're like $8,000 a month. For what? For how much work they don't do. Because look how many things are in place. Look how much money is purged into systems to keep this from happening. But they want it to happen, because guess what happens when things like this happen? Then, 800,000 kids every year go missing. Good thing there's a God. Good thing there's a God. Good thing I'm not it. Good thing God's in charge. Good thing I'm going to let him be. I just... just willing to allow God's grace today. And then I'm going to get online here. I'm going to start filling out more applications, calling more places, seeing what more to do about what. That's all the power I have to do. And just try not to do it so much that I freaking make myself crazy. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.